suppositories. The question in caffeine suppositories are, can you take it on Yom Kippur? The problem with that, it's not asur to have it inside, although it's brought down in the end of Shin Kafchet that one is not allowed to put anything inside. אסור לשום פתילה בפי הטבעת כדרך שנוהגים לעשות למישהו עצור. The reason is because a person could drip hair, but that is only taking in and out. That is when it's asur. Putting it in and leaving it there, not necessarily that it's asur, and that's not psik reisha. Many poskim allow it, and Nishmat Shabbat brings it down. Chacham Ovadia says if it's brought down, if it's put down gently, it's not going to rip the hair. It's not psik reisha, therefore it's mutar. Second question would be, can you have such caffeine in the body while it's a tzom, while it's a fast? The answer to that is that there's no problem, although some poskim were machmir not to take the kalei tzom before Kippur, even before Kippur. Why? Because when you take it, you're preventing yourself from the fast. And you need to feel hungry while you are in a fast naturally. You can't fill in the stomach all kind of different things that are going to make you, give you the feeling of being satisfied, feeling full. Some machloket, some allow it, some not. The Stechemet brings down Torat Avigdor, he argues, machloket. But concerning here, you're taking it on Kippur, in one hand, it's much worse because you're taking it on the day. On the other hand, this doesn't give you a feeling of satisfaction. It just takes away a headache you might get. And therefore, such a thing, we don't find any place that should be asur. The only reason to be machmir is because of refuah. One is not allowed to take pain that he has because that's considered refuah. Shabbat is the same as Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur has the same laws as Shabbat, and therefore refuah is also asur on Kippur. So when would refuah be mutar and when would it be asur? It's asur if you're taking refuah while you have a michush, a headache, some kind of pain in the body. It's mutar to take if the pain became so severe that it shoots throughout your whole body, as it says in the beginning of Shin Kafchet, or the headache is so severe that you have to put your head down. And therefore, although you're not going to lie down, you're in the shul. But that's what you would do if you'd be in a house, then you're allowed to take medicine on Shabbat. But if you're not at that point, you're not allowed to take. But the kula would be, if you know that that's what's going to happen, you're allowed to take in advance, although you didn't get to that point. Who allows it? Chacham Ovadia, Shlomo Zalman, and many other poskim. Nishmat Shabbat brings like that. He has proofs from the halachot in Shin Kafchet. Another kula that one could have is taking such a thing, although he knows he's not going to reach the point of having such a severe headache that he has to lie down. Just going to be disturbing. But before he got to that point, according to the Shulchan Aruch in Shin Kafchet Lamed Zayin, he says that כל שאינו מאכל ומשקה בריאים אסור לאוכלו ולשתותו לרפואה, דווקא שיש לו מיחוש בעלמא והוא מתחזק והולך כבריא. כל שאינו מאכל ומשקה בריאים, which means anything that's not מאכל ומשקה בריאים, you're not allowed to take לרפואה. But if you are taking it when you are fully okay, because it says דווקא שיש לו מיחוש בעלמא והוא מתחזק והולך כבריא, you have a certain headache, that's when it's asur to take it. But before you have a headache, while you're completely healthy, there's no asur to take it according to the poskim, many poskim Sfaradim. This is how the Bet Yosef runs, this is how Chacham Ovadia brings down, this is how the Or Letzion brings down. Ashkenazim are a little bit more machmir, because they bring, the Mishnah Berurah brings them again Avraham, that learns from a Tur, that argues on the Bet Yosef, that this is mutar only when you take it as food, and not in order to take out some kind of pain that you might receive in the future. And therefore the Mishnah Berurah writes from the Magen Avraham, Perush lechol velishtot, such things, דווקא שאוכל ושותה לרעבונו לצמאונו. אבל אם עושה לרפואה כדי לחזק מזגו, it's asur. So according to Ashkenazim, that would be a little bit more problematic. They have to know that if they take it only in the case that they'll have such a headache that they would have to lie down, then they can take it ahead of time. But if it's going to be just a slight headache, then there should be machmir. According to Sfaradim, before you get the headache, you can take as a preventative such a suppository, and if you know your headache is going to be so severe, you're going to have to lie down, That's according to Sfaradim and Ashkenazim, you're allowed to take ahead of time.